안녕하세요, 조실린 씨. It's really great to have you here with me. And before we dive into our conversation, can you please give me a brief introduction about your Korean learning history and also background before joining this program?
네. Uh, as far as my Korean learning history, it's been a year now, about a year now that I've been learning Korean.
Mhm.
And I I started out with your typical apps like Duolingo, Pimsleur, but I just really felt like, I was just learning random vocabulary words and not really uh being and not really able to put them into context or to really even speak for that matter. And then my sister convinced me to like take classes. And so that's when I actually started taking um group classes, which has been really great in terms of learning grammar and like vocabulary. But as you know, with any with group classes, this opportunity to speak is quite limited when you have a lot of people in the class. And so, throughout my Korean learning journey, um, I've always been looking for opportunities to be able to speak more and kind of put everything, vocabulary and grammar that I'm learning into context and be able to speak, which is really the end goal of why I'm doing this is, you know, to be able to speak Korean.
Okay.
Um, 아, 저말로 아, 한국 드라마 아, 좋아해요. 그래서 음, 한국어를 배우고 싶었어요.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what have you tried to give yourself more opportunities to speak?
Um, Well, I guess I've been doing a lot of research and been looking at a lot of different Instagram, YouTube channels, and that's actually how I found your platform, My Easy Korean, and looking at what you had to offer and how everything is structured. I think it just, resonated with me in terms of it has like a good balance with the courses and that you've put into the platform, and everything is just so organized and structured and very easy to follow. But at the same time, the classes that you've been holding with respect to like the speaking classes, I thought was just a really, really great, and it's different. It's not something that I've seen with other Korean teachers offer. And so that's, I guess, how I found you.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I see. Yeah, also like for me, I've done a lot of group classes in the past and also like worked at the university language school. But what I have realized is that people have really no opportunities to speak Korean, literally just speak. Yeah.
hmm
So
Yeah.
I wanted to like provide more like those opportunities. That's why also I created this program. Yeah, okay.
And it's been great. I mean, like the challenge that
Mm-hmm.
we the past 7 days where, it forces me to like speak more and speak off the top of my head without preparation.
Mm-hmm.
It's challenging, but it's actually really fun, and I think it's been really great too because now it sort of starts to condition me into like, okay, if you
Mm-hmm.
ask me a question, even now when we started, like I don't even have time to like even think about it in English. I just have to
Yeah.
like the Korean out.
Right. That's right. Yeah. It's like pushing yourself to speak, speak, speak.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you ended up joining like 7 days trial, but is there anything that you thought, maybe I shouldn't join? Like any doubts about yourself?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I think I really enjoy learning Korean. And I really do enjoy doing my group classes. But, adding this like speaking challenge has really sort of um, allow me to like bring it all together
Mm,
in terms of making connecting like everything that I'm learning into my group classes to just
okay.
focus on my speaking
Mm,
and reinforcing also everything that I've been learning. So that's also another great thing about it.
okay. Then, what is your like the most big learning in this program that helped you get better at speaking?
Um, so I think it's just being able um to start speaking in Korean having to without having much time to think
Mm.
about it in
Mm-hmm.
English. So I
Ah,
think for me that was the most challenging, but it's also probably the most significant improvement that I've had in terms of um, being able to think about it and get the Korean out of my head faster. Because I
mm-hmm.
found that um, over the 7 day challenge, the beginning was a little harder because I know we're only supposed to speak. I mean, to think about it, like I don't know, less
Yeah.
than a minute, 30 seconds, right?
Uh-huh.
But in the first, I would actually say the second day, because the first day was a very basic introduction, and so I think that was okay. But
Mm.
the second day, when you actually had to give me a prompt and I have to think about it, I was like, oh, I need more than 30 seconds to actually think about it.
Okay.
But but I still like tried to kind of stick with him and get it out. But it took me a lot longer, and there were a lot of pauses
Mm-hmm.
because I was still trying to process things. And
Mm-hmm.
then progress through the 7 days, I just found that it got easier, and I in terms of just being able to speak faster.
Mm-hmm.
Although, like, sometimes I would still pause, but
Mm-hmm.
the strategy that you've taught me in terms of converting my ums into Korean ums, that was
Mm-hmm.
really. 저는 한국어에 관심이 있어요. 한국 드라마 좋아해서 한국어를 배우고 싶었어요.
Yeah. Now I've been like hearing like very often you use this and it sounds really, really more natural. So yeah, I like that. Okay. All right. Then what is your current focus right now studying your Korean?
I think my current focus is still like getting better with speaking.
Mm,
And I really hope to be able to converse more naturally
mm,
um, uh, with native Koreans. And
mm-hmm,
hopefully, uh,
mm,
or if I make it to Korea next year, that
yeah.
I can do so like I could speak much more comfortably. I think when I went to Korea last year, I've only been learning Korean for 2 months. So I tried, but it was tough and it was challenging.
Mm,
And so my next visit, I really hope to like just, be able to like
mm-hmm,
converse and not also be afraid to converse. That's
mm-hmm,
getting over the fear, because I think a lot of Korean learners, like, we can learn a lot of grammar, we can learn a lot of
yeah.
vocabulary, but then sometimes when we actually now have to speak,
Mm-hmm.
the fear sometimes takes over.
I understand that. Yeah. Also, like me as a not native speaker, English native speaker,
Mhm.
I can really easily resonate with your problems because
Mhm.
like for me, until I could speak like this, I've gone through all the struggles like you had, like
Mhm.
fear, like nervous, freezing stuck.
Yeah.
So I understand. Yeah.
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 Yeah. 맞아요. So, I
Mm,
mean, I think the more you do it, I
mm,
think, and um, the better it gets. And I think that's
yeah.
also like has been sort of my
Mm,
approach with learning this language, is that
mm,
you just have to speak and you just have to do it.
맞아요. Yeah. Just like push myself into the same situation and then you get used to it. Yeah. 네, 알겠어요. 아유, 조실리 씨 감사합니다.
아,
네. 아.